Nope.
Yeah.
Hello, the internet. It is us, your favorite
Oh, are we on the internet?
three white guys with beards in a room talking about movies.
So close to a full-fledged podcast.
I know. We just need to get. We need to. Maybe
There
we can get
it is.
Walt 1 week. I don't know.
Maybe.
Chuck's too busy on his farm.
I look like I'm like dressed for winter.
This would almost be like super cool.
Put the hood up, get it all.
If it let me
all
do
set.
comments in here too, like we got a OBS update that more integrates YouTube into its one panel, but
Cool.
Hello,
does
Robert.
not have or the ability to chat. So I still got to open them.
Old Bobo Cano.
Actually, I guess that's good anyway because I'd be chatting as the cast
as the
account.
BMFcast. Yeah.
I don't have that kind of authority.
It does help, Robert. It's good to know we successfully have figured out our target audience.
We
White gentlemen with beards. I remember reading once that somebody said everybody loves hoodies because they make you feel like a Jedi.
Yeah.
None of my hoodies make me feel like a Jedi. None of them are brown.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you need to get a brown hoodie.
I
then.
do. I just need to get Jedi robes.
You just need to get one with a really big hood on it. Because I have
That's
some that
fair.
have like smaller hoods, and I don't like it.
Yeah, you should always buy your hoodie at least one size bigger
Yeah.
than what you wear.
Well, some of them I got them from work, so they're like super warm and comfortable and like really nice
Yeah.
material. But the size, it's just like it's barely a hoodie.
Yeah. My orange one has a fairly big hood, but you can't feel like a Jedi wearing a fucking turbo orange hoodie.
You could,
I mean, a Jedi mixed with an X-wing pilot,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
which is basically Luke Skywalker.
Right, yeah. I mean, if I wanted to do that, I could just get the official, X-Wing pilot hoodie, but
Yeah.
they want probably $7,000 for that. Yeah, we were commenting about how...
It's 1,000.
How Jared Leto-ish that guy is. Joe Lara,
Yeah.
Jared Leto.
He looks a little more Keanu in this poster. I mean, just with the blue shading.
A little bit.
A little, but not much.
I mean, his first appearance, he was very Jake Gyllenhaal, but
Yeah.
then he became Jared
Right.
Leto as the movie
yeah,
went on.
he Leto-ized very quickly.
Letofied.
Yeah.
A Leto-file. Wait, that's as bad.
A
as it
Letophile
sounds.
is somebody who's
Actually,
really into...
Jared Leto.
No,
Huh?
Lance Ito.
Oh, Lance Ito.
Oh.
Oh.
Or, no. I'm sorry. I was thinking of the Supreme Court guy.
Samuel Alito.
Yeah, that's the one.
okay.
I don't know
That's-
why my
that's-
brain just substituted Lance Ito. Maybe I'm still not over the OJ
Well, it's
verdict.
another judge, so they dress similarly.
Hey,
Yeah.
they did not sufficiently prove their case.
Speaking of Jedi robes and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Hello, Stephen Hatfield.
Hello, Esteban Hatfield.
You
Esteban.
did not miss anything.
Mm-hmm. We just
Wait,
finished kicking out the McCoys, so you should be safe.
is Stephen Hatfield Steve like the bird?
I don't know.
I mean, isn't that?
I don't know Steve like the birds.
Oh no, that was Steve Heron.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was going
That
to
would be
say
what-
that's the whole joke.
That
is
would,
like
no, that would be even
Steve
better
like the
if his
bird.
name was Stephen Hatfield. Stephen like the bird Hatfield.
Yeah. Congratulations. Congratulations, Stephen. You are Stephen,
Stephen
unlike the bird Hatfield now.
unbird like Hatfield. McCoy.
I just did that.
God, what the fuck is
I'm
wrong
the
with our
old
brain?
person here.
Yep.
You're the second person to make that joke. Damn it, Jim! I already made that joke.
Sorry.
That's a different McCoy.
Yeah. So I'm trying to find Christmas presents for Jen.
Yeah, talk about it in public.
She does like she is ever going to watch this.
Fair.
Think about what like the last thing on earth she would watch would be this live stream right now.
No, it
she's
would
already
be,
sick
no.
of my shit.
No, it would
She
be-
doesn't need my shit in addition to you guys' shit.
It would be us streaming video games. I think that's the last thing.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah.
But
This
either,
is second
either
to
way,
last.
like this is like so far down the list of things. Like this is like if she's in jail and she's being punished, this is what she would be watching.
This is what she would
so
be
I
punished
have
with.
no
is
concern
watching
that
us.
whatever I say
Okay.
is going to get back to
Okay,
her
fair.
in any way.
Also, nobody that she knows probably.
Oh, God,
watches
no.
This.
Absolutely not.
I wouldn't date I don't think I would date anybody who watched our show. It's
No.
Well,
poor
we just
taste.
established that the base listenership is beardy white men. So
Yeah.
I mean,
never
I'm
know.
not putting down your choices, but
I am the only bearded white guy she knows.
I mean, just live a little. If you're, I'm just saying, if you're gonna go gay, why would you date yourself? I mean, that would be fucking stupid.
a lot of people.
There are handsome bearded dudes out there.
Yeah.
I know, but I mean,
I'd
like,
date
one of them,
myself. I'm very
I'm
fuckable.
just saying, I'd be, I'd at least.
And not dateable though.
No, absolutely not dateable.
Yeah.
I would just fuck myself.
Okay.
But
I'd fuck
I get told to go fuck myself all the time.
Yeah.
So
I'd
Jesus.
fuck myself. Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so like in the hotel when we were in Greece, she loved the she would not stop talking about the shampoo and conditioner there. And I was like,
Okay.
fine, okay. It's this stuff called Olivia Thinks,
I
which
like
is
the
like
shampoo
some
equals on
vegan
fish.
shampoo, whatever. Not sold in the U.S.
Of
under
course not.
any circumstances. Could not find it. And so like I emailed the hotel and I'm like, hey man, my wife like went nuts over this shit. Can you just I'll buy it. I'll pay for it. Can you just send me some? And then they're like, oh, well, we'll look into that for you, sir. You know, and then they sent me the link to the website that I'd already been to.
Sure.
That was like, you're in the U.S. Absolutely not.
You could do proxy shipping. There are places, like
I'm getting there.
okay.
But I realized like these hotels, like we spent more than we should have on the trip. And I'm realizing these hotels are used to working with like super rich people who are just like, oh, just have the assistant do it. Just have the. So really, all they did was like Google the shit that I had already done.
Right.
Like, and I was expecting like, oh, well, they'll go above and beyond. Like, no, they just fucking searched the internet and were like, here's a link, click it, you know. And it was in like Dutch. The
Of
link they
course,
sent
yeah.
me, like it wasn't even converted to
Oh,
English.
the only thing worse than vegans is Dutch vegans.
Yeah,
Dutch
but
feeder.
but it's just like, I guess like that's just they're used to people being just like completely utterly helpless.
Yeah.
You know?
I see. Yeah, I see your point now.
Because it's like you think you're going to someone who's like going to be able to go above and beyond and figure it out for you.
Yeah.
And they're just like, here's a Google link. You know, it's like IT. Like you expect IT to be the experts on something, and really they're just like, as soon as you've left the room, they're like, how to defrag hard drive.
Mac.
Yeah, you know,
No offense to IT professionals, but we know
They'll admit
we
it.
know your secrets.
they
Yeah.
will admit like 90% of their job is fucking finding it on Reddit.
Nobody
Googling.
defrags hard drives anymore. We
Yeah,
trim- we
yeah,
trim
because
them.
SSD has made that obsolete.
Yes, now they get trimmed.
Oh, really?
Or they get trimmed.
Yeah,
What is trimming?
it's
Your hard drive gets some trim. huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. That's what the joke I've been making since SSDs came out. Yes,
Yeah. No, what is trimming? I'm curious.
it's similar. It's just
It
it's,
like
yeah.
cuts out the dead sectors or something.
It one of the things it does is it moves shit around because like reusing the same spaces on the SSD is bad. So like it moves shit around to like just yeah. It looks at like what's been allocated and what's been used the most and moves shit around to like lesser used sectors. But it's similar to defragging. It does like speed it up a little bit.
Okay. Interesting. I didn't realize SSDs could be sped up much.
I mean, like I said, it's more like aligning the files so that they're more
This is
together,
really
and
hot.
kind of like defragging did.
Yeah. Okay. And Steven, you should grow a beard. Beards are great.
Yeah.
You know why? Because you only have to shave your neck. And
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even need to shave your neck.
And it hides your chin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might
Especially if
actually
you
get
don't have a
people distracted.
well-defined chin. Beard, man. Go with the beard. Trust me.
Excuse me.
Oh, man. But yeah, so I did find out how to get it sent through that. And yeah, I spent $200 to get shampoo and conditioner sent.
Wow.
It's
how
a
much
lot
of that
of it.
was how much of that was shipping?
It was only €25.
Oh, so like
Oh, like
$40.
$1,000.
Yeah,
Like $40, right?
I don't know how the exchange rate works.
something like that.
That's not awful.
No, it's not the worst, but it was better than I was expecting because I've shipped shit to Canada and it's like been $35, and it's like
Yeah.
this is not $35 worth of stuff to send.
Yeah, I mean, it goes up via trucks and then
Yeah.
it gets slapped on a beaver and goes the rest of the way.
But yeah, so we'll see if that stuff is allowed, or if like the customs is like absolutely not.
Oh,
None of
you're
that-
still waiting to get it. Okay.
Oh yeah, no, I only ordered it like 2 days ago
Oh, okay. Oh, that's the
because I was
Christmas
like,
present.
I need
All right.
Christmas presents. I need
Oh,
birthday
yeah.
present.
Well,
too.
it's not going to make it in time.
Yeah, birthday present. I've got that mostly figured out, but you know,
I
That's-
recommend a suit.
a lawsuit.
A birthday suit.
Birthday suit.
Yeah.
Oh well,
It's the best present.
she's like, I've seen that. I've seen too much of that.
Yeah.
Get-
Not the package I was looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah, once you're married for long enough, you're just like, just put your clothes on. Just please. You've dried yourself off from the shower. Get some goddamn clothes on. That's her to me.
Right.
Her, I'm like, no, you can.
You missed this.
Yeah, don't worry.
Let me get that for you.
No rush. Yeah, we got to figure out our morning schedule since she's got a job again.
Yeah.
And she's got to be there by 8. She's like, I've never had to be a job by 8. I'm like, really?
Yeah, right?
Welcome to adulting.
Yeah. Well, it was always like 8:30 or 9.
Right.
Or just show up whenever the hell you feel like showing up. And she got spoiled by work from home for so long.
Yeah. I had a job where I had to be there logged in at 4:45 in the morning.
What?
Yeah.
When was this?
This is when I worked for AOL way back in the day.
Fuck, 4:45. Oh, that's just
That's
just hateful. That's
Right.
not even like
Albuquerque, which was in Mountain Time, 2 hours behind us.
yeah.
Or I think they were 3 hours behind us.
Mountain is 2 hours.
I don't remember exactly, but they swapped over queues at 5 a.m. was when they swapped over their queues back to us.
Okay.
So we all rotated like 3 shifts. Because there was us in Albuquerque.
So what
And
time
one
would
other.
you go to bed to be up to be at work? Because you had to, back then you had to be in an office. You couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was really weird because I was getting out at like 1 o'clock, 1:45, something
Yeah.
like that. So I'd go and bum around for a little while and maybe go home and go directly to sleep. Maybe I'd go home and be awake for a while. My sleep schedule was so fucked for the
Yeah.
6 months I was on that.
I remember when T-Strel was like working till 3 in the morning every.
Yeah.
And he would just be like, "Hey, you guys coming over?" We're like, "No, absolutely not. No."
Yeah. First thing you should learn as adulting is like, I mean, don't call after 10. You probably shouldn't text after 11 is my rule. After midnight is right out.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care what time you text because if I'm busy or asleep, I'm not going to know about it until the morning anyway. So,
Yeah. I just feel like nothing, and yes, this includes a lot of other stuff, but nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
I mean,
I'd argue that
even
sometimes.
even sex after 2 a.m. is usually a mistake. Usually it's like, this probably shouldn't be happening type thing.
I mean,
It's been a while since that happened.
Isn't
Yeah.
any time after 2 a.m. if you think about it? I mean,
Okay, Steven,
You know
right.
what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what's that phrase? Don't chase the night. Like,
own it.
if it ain't happening by then, just let it be.
We own the
Wait
night.
till tomorrow. I just like every bad thing in my life, like truly, like this is a bad situation has been after 2 a.m.
Can't say that.
Yeah, I don't
Really?
agree with that, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're trying to conjure Satan at 3 a.m. because it's the witching hour, I mean, what else
Yeah.
are you going to do?
Drugs.
Oh.
Yeah.
I actually really like either very late night or very early morning. I don't like getting up for it, but I like being there for it.
Yeah.
Because the rest of the universe is like, or the immediate universe is quiet.
Yeah.
And it
Early ass
generally
flights
leaves me
are
alone.
not the worst. Getting there sucks, but then like once you're there, it's very zen almost at an airport at that early.
I had a really early flight out of LAX in 2021 or whenever it was. I went with Jens. Hi, Jens. And it was fucking delightful.
Really?
The lines weren't very long. It was very quiet at LAX. Like I think it was like a 6 a.m. on Sunday flight or something like that. It wasn't, I mean, extremely early, but that was basically.
Oh, you're also traveling when travel was just generally down too. I mean, so
Yeah. Oh, it was busy. It was surprisingly busy on the way in.
Sure.
But yeah, it was very quiet.
So Steven, are you Skyblast from our Discord?
I fucking doxed the dude. Come on.
What? No, I'm just asking if he's
is
Skyblast.
your phone number 555
Yeah.
1212?
Dude, Kissinger finally died.
Did he?
Holy
No
shit.
Yeah!
Finally.
Get fucked, Henry Kissinger.
Finally. God damn. Finally.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the world's newest gender-neutral bathroom, Henry Kissinger's grave.
Express elevator right to hell.
Uh,
Woo!
I would like to thank you very much for having me, Mr. Satan.
Yeah. Get fucked.
If I could turn down the air conditioning a little bit.
I am.
It's the first and last time I'll do my Henry Kissinger version.
That was your Dr. Killinger.
It's my magical mother bag.
I thought it was drpetslayer.com.
Dr. Pupslayer.
DrPupslayer.com.
Pupslayer, that's what it was.
The DrPupslayer.com Gator Bowl.
Oh, my God. We have said some really stupid things on this show.
I never want to hear a compilation of this stupid thing.
Oh, my God. We have like almost 600 episodes worth. Actually, probably, well, more than that because we've had
Yes.
bonus shit.
And
then
also-
obviously BMFcast Extra, just miles of footage.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm there, so I mean,
Yeah.
it's guaranteed.
I'm sure Chuck has never said anything stupid, though. So
No, Chuck never says anything
no.
stupid.
He just laughs stupid.
Yeah.
He doesn't laugh
He laughs at-
stupid. What the hell,
just
man?
kidding.
No.
He laughs at our
I
stupid.
Sorry, even he laughs at stupid is what I
Yeah.
meant. Yeah.
I
Sorry.
I
came
love
out wrong.
Chuck's laugh.
One
Honestly.
of the best things about going to SFGE this year was getting the opportunity to make Chuck laugh for 3 days. Mm-hmm. He's such a great.
He's such an easy mark.
Yeah.
It's so good.
He's like a tiny
You
Santa.
feel like the funniest person ever.
I know.
He's like a tiny Santa. That's why it's so weird that he doesn't want me to sit in his lap.
What? Why
What?
is
I
he
don't
like
know.
a tiny Santa?
He's jolly. He's
Oh, jolly. Okay, right.
Yeah, he
He's
just
not. You know, he is.
he does kind of
tiny,
hee hee a little. You know.
Yeah. He doesn't ho ho
He
though.
doesn't- well, it's a hee hee. No, that's why he's a tiny Santa. Tiny Santa
Yeah.
says hee hee.
But I bought my tickets. The hotel apparently is already sold out.
Did you look at the hotel across the street?
Yes. It was a lot of money. So I need to figure that part out.
Yeah.
Because I need to figure out if I just do a king size and go, I am a king. My wife has a job that pays more than mine. I'm going to live here for 3 days.
Kept king.
Or if I'm like, I'll just do the double and somebody will show up and want to split a room or something.
So I did the room with a king with Tom because I booked a king because I didn't know he was coming, and apparently the pullout is very comfortable. So
Okay.
oh my god.
It depends on your timing.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the point right before the pullout, not very comfortable.
I was just watching the softball get pitched. or caught. I don't know. I'm not judging. Yeah.
Yeah, the like 5 minutes before the pullout, not so great.
It's tense.
You got to relax or
Yeah.
it's not comfortable. Anyway, yes. So
So butt sex.
the couch is very comfortable. I've been told.
The sofa bed.
Yeah,
It
it's
was quite comfortable. I was told.
it's like the back of a Volkswagen.
much more comfortable than
Was it king size? Was it sofa king?
yes. Spacious, much more spacious than the back seat of a Volkswagen.
I'm actually
Sofa king what?
I'm gonna see if the hotel because I know like their block is sold out. I'm not sure if the regular hotel is sold out.
Oh, it probably is.
I need to contact them and see. I just wanted to be sure of that before I book the other one.
Yeah,
Because
fair.
I am. Do not underestimate my laziness. I'll be like, oh god, I got to walk all the way across the street.
Yeah, it's actually.
It's still going to be a walk.
It's like a pedestrian bridge or something, right?
Yeah, it's not that far.
Well, I'm just saying, it's still like walking is still involved in that show, just because nothing is super close to anything else. It's like, want to go to the game area? All right, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, between congestion and distance.
Yeah. But I'm looking forward to going again. And I caught Jen at the perfect time. She'd just gotten the job offer. I'm like, hey, they got this sale on this. You care if I go next year?
Yeah.
So I'm going next year. Because I'm not going to be celebrating my parents' 51st anniversary with them. So
Oh, they get a divorce?
no, I'm just not going to celebrate it with them. I will give them a call and
it's
say,
just not important.
yeah, I'll give them a call and say, hey, keep it up.
Yeah.
But aside from that, like, no, I had to throw a party this year. I had to do all that stuff. And that was the same weekend as Southern Fried. So, yeah. Not that I don't like going to Minnesota. It's a very nice place.
Prince is from there, or was, I guess.
Yeah. It's way further south, though. Down in Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. St.
Yeah.
Paul, yeah. I've been there.
I should make a pilgrimage to Paisley Park.
I went to Minneapolis and didn't go there. I regret things. But he was
Yeah.
alive at the time. And it just seemed like, oh, it's there.
You would have gotten.
I mean, yeah, I probably wouldn't have been able to go in for one, and two, it would have just seemed weird.
You would have gotten near the fence, and the dirt would have hit you in the neck.
And I would just wake up to pancakes.
A purple dart.
I made you pancakes, bitches.
Should we do an actual podcast?
All right.
Yeah.
Bullshitting about butt sex and
Pulling
pull out
out,
couches.
All right, fine.
That's my album title.
Butt sex and pull out couches. All right. It's country with no O. That was a shitty clap.
It
I gotta
was.
try that again.
Yeah, please.
I didn't make good contact.
It's breakbeat.
Well, my chair kind of gave on me.
There you go.
All right, and welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
Episode 591.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk?
Yeah, look at us.
Look at us now. You can. It's an
591.
audio podcast. Look at us. So I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I am BJ.
And what we do each and every episode of this here podcast, audio podcast, may I remind you, unless you're watching on youtube.com/BMFcast, as we go, we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie, then we come in here and talk about it. Then at the end, they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They get 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Robot jocks.
Yes, the pinnacle of good bad movies.
Mm-hmm.
However, they're just plain bad movies. They get 1 to 5 bags and a negative sliding scale. It's like, 5 being the worst.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Those are giant
Plus
bags
5,
of trash.
minus 5.
-5, yeah.
Yeah.
After giant bags of trash. It's
Yeah.
pretty,
Just-
pretty apparent.
Just junk.
Yeah.
It's worthless.
So, as we were traveling through our pile of movies that have been sitting around to watch, we came across 1996's Warhead.
Warhead.
Word.
Starring Frank Zagarino.
And Joe Lara
Yep.
from Hologram Man, and
Yeah.
Juan Zagarino from things that
Stuff.
Zagarino was
Project Shadow Chaser.
in. Sure.
Yeah.
It's
Warhead.
it's a movie, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah, there's also one of the other guys in it. What's that guy's name? Todd Jensen. He's shown up in a bunch of movies.
I feel like we've had Oshag Hennessy in a couple things too.
Yeah.
Um,
But I know Todd Jensen was a cyborg cop.
what's his first name? O'Shaughnessy. Patrick?
Brian.
Brian O'Shaughnessy.
It's one of those two.
Patrick
if
or
your
Brian?
last name is O'Shaughnessy,
Is it Patrick
you
or
are legally
Brian?
required to be first name Patrick, Brian, or Kevin. One of those three.
I'm sorry. I took a shot and I missed.
You had a 1 in 3 shot.
Yeah. It's all right. So just to set up, the movie does a lot of setting up because this is a world where we have rising neo-Nazis. What a shocker!
Right.
That have basically now coalesced less into like the Klan's message and more into just everything about America sucks, and we've become like
They become a
full-fledged
militia group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but still with
Yeah.
like neo-Nazi Klan ties in the background.
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Proud Boys or
Yeah.
the alt-right in general are right now.
Yeah, in the distant past of 1996, they mentioned how there are over 3,000 of them in the United States.
Yes.
3,000 members. It's a lot.
I-
It's a whole lot.
Yeah,
It's 3,000 more than there should be.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's 3,000 members till Graceland.
Don't you miss the times where it was like Nazis and Klan members and white supremacists were like unequivocally the bad guys?
Oh yeah.
There weren't people
Well,
like,
oh, wait, you
well,
mean
let's
now?
talk about it.
In, I mean, okay. In
The public.
The public
it was
generally
like public
agreed,
shorthand for like, no,
The
Hitler
bad
was
guys.
bad.
Yeah.
These guys are bad too.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like you need bad guys that you can just kill without any remorse. It's like get yourself some Nazis.
Yeah.
Apparently, no.
Somebody took that to heart, I guess. But yeah. So they have formed under the leadership of self-proclaimed General, actual Corporal, I believe, in the ex-Marine Joe Lara, who is what's his name? You would think it would
Kane?
be it's like Kane or one of those.
Kraft.
Like,
Oh yeah, Kraft. Like
yeah.
fucking mac and cheese.
Yeah.
or
Fucking idiot.
or work. Yeah.
I was about to say General Heinz, but I knew it was wrong. I was like, it's some other food product.
Yeah,
Close.
Bills.
Kraft.
Among the several bones that I have to pick with General Kraft, the one that I'd like to highlight at this moment is that he has declared himself a general, right? But he only gives himself 2 stars.
You know, you gotta have room to improve.
He's already like the lead guy, so just give yourself 5 stars and be done with it.
Well, once he takes over, then he's gonna be like, all right, now I've earned my 3rd star.
No, why? Just give yourself 5 stars. You're a
You're
blowhard
in.
dictator. Yeah, 5 stars, you're in. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, by that, I mean you're pissed.
Yeah.
Because you're a Nazi. Yeah.
All the other dictators do it. They just give themselves,
Mm-hmm.
He's just like a brigadier general instead of,
Yeah.
He's a humble brig.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Humble
You
break.
son of a bitch. But yeah, he is. Joe Lara is looking incredibly Jared Leto-esque.
Oh,
in
so
this.
much.
Like Jared Leto has completely bitten Joe Lara's look at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his very first shot, he's Jake Gyllenhaal, and from the rest of the movie, he is Jared Leto esque until the very brief moment at the end where he has his hair untussled, then he becomes Jason Momoa for half a second.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But so he's organized and is, I believe he kind of more or less announces his plan before it happens.
Kind of. Because the beginning is the intro footage of it's like supposed to be like a documentary or something we're watching where they're talking about all the neo-Nazis and how they've risen to and how they they have a plan for America and all this stuff.
They've blown up one police station like 6 times, and then also
they tie it into the Oklahoma City bombing. They go
they use footage from
a lot
that.
it's
a little too soon.
Footage they probably shouldn't have used in 1996.
Yeah.
or ever. But I mean.
Yeah, but but particularly a year later.
Sure. I mean, I'm not saying that that stuff is sacred or something, but there is a line between entertainment and documentary, and crossing that line is often. I think I talked about it briefly. About there was a trailer recently that used actual footage from the Beirut explosion, and it was
the recent Beirut explosion.
Yeah, I mean
where
where it was not in the new things, but there was that chemical plant or whatever that
the one 2 years ago.
But they used it basically as a footage for a 3D model, but if you look at the buildings, it's 100% the same. I mean, it's it's just no guys, no.
Yeah, but what this does is this is kind of a segue into a senator who's given a speech who's calling out, what is it, the UWP?
It's the UPN, because I kept thinking that the
UPN?
WB was going to take over afterwards.
Yeah. But I was thinking it was just a Universal White People Network. But UPN, whatever it is, they're bullshit stuff. But he's calling them out, and he's like, "You guys," he's basically threatening them. And then so they call him, and as he's watching his own press conference replay, and he's like, "Who's this?" And then he gets blown up, and not only blown up, he gets blown out the back of his office.
Yeah, it's a TV bomb that apparently is set to. When you set it to mute, it goes off because he doesn't he turns the volume down manually like a jackass. But
no, he's on the phone.
Right.
He's taking a
is that
phone
what it
call.
is?
Yeah,
but it's still the TV that blows up.
It is the TV that blows up. But I think,
but it
it's
blows
just
up so much
death by television. Yeah.
that it you see his desk flying out the side of the building, and they
don't
later,
even really see him.
Yeah.
Do you? You just see
Oh, yeah.
dust.
No, there is a dummy that they
they launched a dummy,
Yeah.
but they just launched all this stuff, and it's not even through a window. It's just through a hole in the wall.
I'm pretty sure they use probably a much scaled down version, but the launch jets they use on carriers for planes, because I mean that
That
desk
thing
just
fucking
yeah,
goes,
that's
yeah.
just all in one piece with the dummy, just goes whoom, out this hole in the side. So yeah,
And we're like, all right, here we go.
yeah,
and then
but
yes,
they blew their wad. That was I mean, there's some like
not only
gasoline explosions throughout the rest of the movie, but
Yeah.
this is like the only like
This is the one that got a reaction
Yeah,
out of
this
it.
Yeah,
is it.
well, not only that, but you cut to Joe Lara, who somebody comes in to update him that this has happened, and he goes, "Oh, so I guess the senator's out of office now."
I guess the senator's been thrown out of office.
Yep.
Yeah.
it was Brickman. It was Senator Brickman.
Yeah.
I only know that because I was saying that like if you hadn't trust my predecessor, Senator Strawman, then this house might have stood.
Yeah. But yes, he goes, he's been thrown out of office.
Yes.
And that's the
what
best thing that happens in the movie.
Yeah, that
let's
movie,
rate it.
the movie kind of peaks right there, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Because after that, we're like,
I mean, Joe Lara is like bringing it for like the rest of the movie. He's doing dumb asides for no reason and just being campy villain, but it's not.
Everything else is so fucking dull.
Yeah,
he's Nick Caging a lot.
a lot. Yes.
Yeah, which it actually works.
It does.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like they never bother to tell anyone else to like react or, just
Or it's just scenes where he's on a phone with somebody, so there's like nobody in the room to be like,
Right.
Jesus, man.
Yeah. The reason why Nick Cage, if you think Nick Cage works when he's doing the Nick Cage thing, it's because he usually has someone reacting of like, the fuck is wrong with this guy, and that's why it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Him by himself just being a maniac.
Yeah. But from here, somehow we go right to Zagarino and his team are infiltrating. Well, first he's listening to shit on the radio as the credits are playing.
Right.
Of people bitching about how, America, all our heartland taxes go to pay for other countries, and, the typical bullshit that you still hear today, that God forbid you pay some taxes and improve your quality of life in the country. God forbid it helps somebody else.
Oh, yeah.
It's
not allowed.
big problem.
Verboten.
Big problem helping anybody that's not yourself. But anyway, he's hearing that shit on the radio, and he eventually shuts it off. And then they're just right into, here's our military operation going on. We're gonna get Joe Lara right now.
It's him and his completely non-personality bringing sidekick PJ.
How do you even remember PJ's name?
Because
he said it a whole bunch at the beginning.
He said it a lot at the beginning.
Okay.
And
Wow.
because like he's just, I think he's supposed to be from Chicago, but he talks like fucking Gomer Pyle.
He has 4 different accents.
Yeah, I'm just saying, and he sits and plays with a butterfly knife constantly. That's like his entire thing. And then this is a movie where they write it like it's either going to have sequels or that there is a backstory that these guys have been chums for years, because they have these like little sides where Zagarino's thing is like, make your mama proud before they go into battle, and he always says it to him. I mean, they have these like little things that they repeat or get repeated back to them throughout the movie that just have no weight to them whatsoever, or pathos, I guess would be if you're talking writing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Because he's got a fairly big team, and one of them is a spotter who is the most obnoxious person in the movie.
He's the anti guy from Die Hard, the quarterback is toast guy. I'm just saying, like, if that guy is awesome in calling out things in all the ways it is, he's the Nicky Cat of commenting on what's happening.
This is the guy doing the Austin Powers impersonation in your office.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Austin Powers was great. The guy impersonating Austin Powers fucking sucks. And that's what this guy is. Because he cannot say anything. I mean, and keep in mind, he has a direct line to, like, the general in Washington. Like,
and then
running all of
whatever
this.
The secret operations director guy, whatever that
like
asshole is.
high-ranking military officers, directly speaking to them. And he's just like, roaches are in the kitchen. And, he's just, like, saying dumb shit like that. And, like, basically trying to game show host this whole thing while these people are just dying in a battle.
It just seems like, they were like, hey, be the guy from Die Hard, but we're not going to give you a script, just improv it. And the guy has no skills, and he's just like, sports ball.
Oh, no, I think somebody wrote this and was very proud of those lines.
Sports ball, roaches on fire, sports ball, come on, quarterback, toss it, I don't know.
And the thing is,
Toast.
like, he's like, hey, I'm dropping this off. I just need Kraft to sign off on it. I can only have Kraft sign off on it, and he gets made like literally 45 seconds after they've stopped. Because the lady immediately pulls a gun and is like, feds!
Well, it's because there's like a guy in the background crossing the trees when they see him. Yeah.
There's
It's one of his goons.
And also he does the thing that that I love in Casino Royale, where he just touches his ear. He keeps touching his ear, and it's like whenever anyone's speaking, it's like, come on, man, don't touch your ear.
You don't have to do that.
Yeah, it doesn't even do anything.
In-ear monitors work really well, even in 1996.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just gave them
Also,
giant ones that you could see clearly outside their ear.
Yeah. Also, you're wearing one that they can see clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's. But anyway, this just means, all right, it's time to shoot and blow shit up.
Yeah, and they've got an old farm that they converted into a munitions plant, which basically
Yeah.
just means they have a silo full of gunpowder and shit.
Yeah,
I mean,
something like that, yeah.
I mean, they keep showing these shots of like there's what looks like gunpowder coming out of a silo chute, and it's like, but they end up just mostly like setting off grenades and tubes, like, and it mostly like just carries the fire around the place so that wherever they are is, oh no, we got to run away, it's exploding, and
There's some good fire.
there's a lot of stunting and
Yeah,
stuff in
there's
this.
a lot of stunting and good fire, but there's no geography whatsoever.
Oh, no.
Like, it's
terrible action geography.
chaos. Like they kill two guys, and then their guy immediately steps out from like 5 feet to the right of them.
Right.
And it's like, that guy could have killed them. You didn't have to be pinned down for 5 minutes waiting when the guy's like literally right there.
Yeah, or I mean, it's the equivalent of like the scene in Predator when like Jesse Ventura is like shooting the minigun off into the forest. If like 2 seconds later, like Billy came out and been like, "Guys, I found something over here," and it's like, how the fuck did you just survive that? Like he was just lighting the forest, and then and there's constant shots of that. Like you were just shooting this direction, and then your friend comes out and be like, "Over here." It's like, no,
Yeah, you didn't
no,
get there.
Yeah,
Just because you were off camera doesn't mean that you were there.
yeah.
Yeah. So there's just a lot of that, and it just doesn't. The action scenes like are the most interesting thing in this movie, and they're fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
Because it's just like, man, like this is not
Just
working.
trying to follow it. Yeah, I mean, the stunting and stuff is cool. It's just nobody knew how to shoot it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or edit it right, really.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And also, I mean, while we're dunking on things that I was like, I almost was looking at the end of the movie to see if there actually was a Foley credit, because like so many scenes they're just using the natural sound from the boom and that's it. Like I feel like the Foley guy showed up to put in gunshots and then unnecessary gun cocking sounds, like when people came around corners, and that was it. Like they're like doors open and it's just
Foley
completely
artists
silent.
fucking love that shit.
I'm just saying, like it's like things happen and it's just like, well, that was completely silent. Or this car is going down the road and it's like no background noise or car noise, and it's just like,
Well, considering the soundtrack was made on a Casio keyboard,
I know, it's just like, you know, it's easy to find stock sound effects of cars rumbling and put it into a scene to make it more real. It's not hard to
Well, I
layer
mean,
they
in.
didn't have the
even the-
money for that. Apparently.
Even the radio didn't get like the radio filter
Right,
in the
yeah,
beginning. It's like straight up, just straight ADR guys talking.
Yeah.
But yeah. So yeah, the sound, not great.
No.
Some of this, like the version we watched was a 4:3, but some of those shots were like super clean.
It was probably shot on film. I mean,
Yeah.
even though.
Yeah, that's what's weird. Is it's like this is clearly a direct-to-video thing, but it was shot.
yeah.
Somebody,
like, it's a good
Zachary
transfer.
probably still had a clean copy in,
Yeah.
in his personal collection.
Yeah, I mean, and it's funny because the transfer is so good that some of the scenes, like the stuff in Washington, looks fucking terrible because it's so poorly lit.
Well, every time they cut to stock footage, it's just like,
Oh yeah,
it goes
the
from like
differences.
pristine IMAX to like 8mm film.
But anyway, his team is able to basically wipe out all of Joe Lara's guys, and I don't think they even lose anyone in this entire thing. Like this team they take out everyone there.
Yeah, I think a couple of rando bad guys might get shot, but not much.
Yeah, well, I mean the bad guys they all die, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't think anyone on the good guy team on
this one,
Zagarino's
yeah, okay,
team
sorry, yeah, in this
dies.
one, yes,
Or
it's-
Tannen, I should
sorry,
start.
it's the next battle that none of his people.
Yeah, because they get down into the where all the stuff was, and Joe Lara's already snuck out, I guess, and like because he used the hotel safe that they built into the wall and took nuclear launch codes or something. I guess is why they were there. They were trying to get the nuclear launch codes away from him that he had gotten.
I don't think
somehow.
they even knew why they were there. They were just like, go and infiltrate this place.
Get the stuff, get the guy.
Because every time
That's
when they
pretty
get
much
down
it.
there, they're like, what is this place? What was this? And
Yeah.
then they're like, oh no, explosions and a
Yeah.
ticking, blinking light. I mean, if you're going to set a trap, like maybe don't put a thing that is very obvious that it.
No giant blinking lights. Yeah.
If you want them to walk in and get blown up, it's the best way to do it. Hide under a teddy bear.
Yep. So that ends, and they're just like, and he's just back
Yeah.
in. He's back in DC, and like, all right, good job. He got away though. Now what? And then from here, Joe Lara hijacks a plane that has the other guy who, like a scientist that has the nuclear codes on
Dr.
it.
Stevens or something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, and he kills them.
Because the lady, the Boy Meets World lady. I almost
not
said Boy
Topanga.
Meets Girl, but it's Boy Meets World Girl.
Dr. Evans.
Dr.
Yeah,
Jessica
Dr.
Evans.
Yeah. Dr. Evans and Dr. Jessica Evans.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she's his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, they Joe Lara hijacks this plane. We don't even get any like background on this. He just like turns around and he's the co-pilot. Oh my goodness! And he poisons them with some gas,
Which makes
yeah.
them spit up Tang.
yeah.
Yeah, he basically does the whole, oh, there's turbulence, better put on your masks.
Yep, and it's actually, I don't know, death juice. It's
Yeah.
Sarin
it's
gas.
great stuff. It's spray foam insulation, something like that comes out of their
Yeah.
mouths, and
It's cayenne pepper.
yeah, cayenne
Vape.
pepper and tang. oh God,
It just
Yeah.
takes them out.
Flaming hot Cheetos
Yeah,
vape.
it's Scotch bonnet vape, Carolina Reaper vape.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I have a new worst thing I can imagine.
but yeah, just fucking wrecks them.
Yeah, except for Dr. Evans, his apparently is
And
not.
yet he almost puts it on. Like,
He
the
tries to
guys
put
are
it on.
literally dying.
Honestly, I
next to
think
him.
he was like, I should probably die too because I have the nuclear launch codes. Is the way
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
reasoning it? Is
Okay.
like all my protection just died. I'm gonna
Yes,
take one for the team.
but-
except that you find out later that
Yeah.
he's on board with it, which makes his action make zero fucking sense.
Yeah.
That
Maybe he
he's
thought
in
that they
on it.
didn't get the oxygen and that's why they were dying, and he's like, "Oh no, I need to."
Yes, the lack of oxygen always makes you throw up Tang.
He's not that kind of doctor.
Oh, okay.
He's a different
Yeah.
kind of doctor. He's a doctor of computer.
But he really is a worm.
Right.
I
He likes to play the
is,
drums.
It turns out.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah.
Maybe the man just likes Chuck and Tang. Who knows?
it's too much Tang reference in one episode. Sorry, it's the drink the astronauts took to the moon. In case you're wondering what we're talking about, not like Poon Tang.
No, everybody that listens to this show is in our age
Oh,
range.
yeah,
That's fine.
Okay.
I've seen the stats.
Okay, fine.
Yes,
I'm
so
just.
have I.
Spotify tells us.
It's still funny to me to explain
These people
payphones
know
and
what
things.
Tang
Okay,
is.
Yeah.
I like to pretend that the youth are listening.
The youth.
You can forget
yeah,
that.
literally one youth. Is
Yes, who's
Yeah.
not a youth anymore.
Yeah. He's a grown man now. Stephen like
We've
the
been
bird.
doing this 15 years.
Yes.
He was in the womb when this started.
He was in the shit back in Nam.
Oh my god.
Anyway, so Dr. Evans is kidnapped, and they
Yeah, and they're called in to like find the plane, which I guess and landed in Haiti. So suddenly his team's in Haiti.
Yeah. This movie was the stuff that wasn't an actual action scene was so fucking boring.
Yeah.
I think it's already mostly wiped from my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
all you
pretty
really
bad.
need to know is that
They go to Haiti.
Zagarino's group is called out to go find their next, where they're going to attack. And
Well, no, they go to find the plane in
Right.
Haiti.
Yeah.
Then they like almost accidentally set off a bomb in the plane, and our hero, whose name I have forgotten because it doesn't matter,
Tencent.
Tannen.
Biff Tannen. Biff Tannen.
Lieutenant Jack Tannen is like, well, fuck everything else. We're going to go get these sons of bitches because they kidnapped some guy with something. And so they go, and they immediately get their ass kicked. Like, they drive jeeps across this bridge.
Yeah, they find
and
a kill
they're-
box. They get on a bridge, and it's just like, it's bad news.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
his
they-
whole team.
Everybody from his team dies.
Yeah.
Especially that shit-ass spotter dude, which we were...
Oh, he dies
very
first.
He's,
very
yeah,
happy.
he's the one who takes the first sniper round.
That's the second best thing in this
And gets a slow motion like squib going off, and we're like, yeah. I think his name was Spotter. I think that's what they call him.
That's all they called him was
Yeah.
Spotter. Yeah, he's listed in the credits as Spotter.
Yeah,
Good.
Come,
He doesn't deserve a name. He sucks.
yeah, come see my improv group, Spotter and the Spotettes.
Yeah.
At the fucking Chuckle Hut.
Blood spotter.
Hey. So they all die. He
Spotter
falls
house.
into a river and gets washed away.
Yeah, they basically empty the dam, or they open the dam. He should be dead.
Oh, for sure.
Oh yeah, like what he goes through, going through.
Oh, I just realized they took the damn bait.
Uh,
Yeah.
But Cool shots of the dam.
Yeah, but there's so many of them.
It takes so
They
long.
They
It's a
swirl
very-
around in
They-
that water
they swim
for
against the
so
current
long.
So much longer than they should. I mean,
Oh yeah.
the suction coming off of that would be immense, especially with how much water. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot of water coming out. You thought it was rain.
Yeah, but he ends up on a shore, and he's like, "I didn't want to die with you, asshole." And he's like, "Just wait 5 more minutes. Don't die on me, 4-leaf." And he dies.
Yeah, he dies.
And then all of a sudden, he's like just back in. He's at the funeral. He's got the
Oh yeah, he's already got the trifolded.
yeah.
we skipped
He's
the
in
funeral.
the dress outfit, all that stuff.
Yes, his marine dress blues. I
Whatever.
don't know.
Sure.
It's
He's
sort of
Airborne Ranger, wasn't it?
something like that.
Because I think that's
It's-
what it said. I think it said Airborne on it.
It is very unclear.
I think they
what
just
part
found
of
Either way,
patches
It's
because
either way, he's got his uniform on, and he's got the folded flag, and that's when they're basically like, "Hey man, you're off the case.
yeah.
They needed a fall guy, and you're going to be the fall guy. Why didn't you call for backup?" And he's like, "They knew we were there. You got a mole in your organization. We couldn't." Blah blah blah.
You were suspended.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, the obvious choice was that the dillweed senator guy who was like not a military guy in the room is
Yeah.
just acting like pew, pew.
Oh,
Well,
But-
total sleazeball. We haven't
What
really
was he?
talked about him.
is it
Yeah.
FBI director or something, or
I think
assistant
I think they
FBI
called
director?
him a congressman or of some sort.
No, they said he's director of something.
I know, but I mean, like
Which to me, like you got to be C-suite.
You
can't
can be
just
a
be
congressman
director.
and be appointed director or something. He was basically wanted to be Secretary of Defense. That he was on a stepping stone to that. If they stopped the UPN network, then
Yeah.
then they were gonna get to he was gonna be SecDef. But
Yeah.
so clearly you expect him to be the mole as soon as they introduced the idea of a mole. Except I was also like worried about the wheelchair guy because during one of the meetings he was the guy who piped in and was like, well, the UPN actually has some pretty good ideas besides the murdering and stuff, and it's like,
And that guy you immediately throw out of army.
yeah.
Yeah. But it's also like the director guy is so obvious. It's like, is it the woman? Like, are you just going to do something stupid like that? Nope. It's him.
It's totally him.
It's
And him alone, basically. Well, I mean, other than the Dr. Evans was senior, not the lady Dr. Evans.
Yeah.
Was in on it basically from the get go, or was turned very quickly, I guess. We don't
Yeah.
know.
I think he was in on it.
But
the
from
get-go.
here, he's basically like, all right, well, I'm off the case. And he's like, yeah, don't go near it. Stay out of it. Give me your badge and gun, et cetera, et cetera. And so Zagarino's just hanging out. And this woman's like eyeing him.
Doesn't he start off at like a baseball game?
He's at like a park,
Yeah.
just like with kids. But it's
That's
like,
right. He's watching. He's
Isn't
watching
it-
kids, which is creepy. Yeah, and
Isn't
he's
it-
thinking about his dead.
Isn't she at the funeral as well? I think she's at the funeral, and then she's at the park,
Yeah.
and then at the hockey game.
Right. I
yeah,
know. I
he's
know.
just watching people play hockey.
He noticed that she's following her. He goes into the hockey match to catch her. Like he's like she's like, where is he? And he shows up behind her like, why are you following me? So that's their
Yeah.
introduction.
And she's basically like, I'm Dr. Jessica Evans.
My dad.
And he's
And
like,
she's immediately unfucking bearable.
yeah. And he's like, well, Dr. Jessica Evans, fuck off.
Yeah. If you want to be taken more seriously as a doctor, you should probably do up that last button on your shirt. I'm just saying. She
Went to the Denise Richards School
I'm just
of
saying.
I'm a doctor.
She kept doing that. Like, I'm a doctor. Damn it! And it's like, well, you also have
Doctors can slut it up, man.
Yeah.
I just mean like it was that one extra button where it's like you. This is a choice. Like like if,
Let doctors slut it up if they want. The
I
reason I wouldn't take her seriously is because she immediately starts hollering about national security secrets in the middle of a fucking
Yeah.
beer league hockey practice.
we're not enemies with Canada.
I just want to state I'm Team Hot Doctor.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's make that clear.
I'll be Switzerland. I
If
guess.
doctors want to be hot,
Yeah.
let them be hot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Doctors with no, I know.
she's fairly hot. She's just really annoying.
Yeah, yeah. That's my biggest problem is just
She
shouts.
Her introduction is not good. Her character softens up, and I don't mean that like a bad way. She becomes more friendly as the movie goes on.
Sure.
Her introduction is very much that like, I'm in charge, and why aren't you listening to me immediately?
Yeah,
and it's like,
and
okay, well,
They're leaning
She's
into
like,
the heartbeat
Dr.
trope.
Evans is my dad, the one they kidnapped, and they said you're the only one that can help me. And he's just like, yeah, probably, but I can't help you. So, sorry.
She immediately starts screaming at him.
Yeah.
Like full out screaming at him about national security secrets in the
Yep.
middle of this hockey game.
They're not listening.
He's like, yeah, well, time to go find somebody else. Bye. And so she leaves.
She leaves via the longest. She goes like the entire other side of the rink, like long enough that like he notices there are people that are clocking her from the. And one guy,
because they're the only people in there. There's hockey. There's the hockey team, and there's murderers.
Yes, there's USA and Russia is having nobody's watching the historic match on the ice down here.
Yeah,
it's a miracle that anyone was there at all. But in
but a guy tries to jump her, and he immediately goes
a long way around.
He goes, Dr. Jessica.
Yeah.
And so she clubs the guy with the giant suitcase she's been carrying around, which apparently has like the nuclear code thing in it.
She has a deactivation code, which is just
but it's
weird.
like the silo launch thing that the guy in the fucking silo has.
But the whole MacGuffin thing is like the thing that Dr. Evans had could break into any silo. For some reason, they developed this thing that could break into any nuclear missile silo and launch the missile. That's a bad thing for...
I think he just had the authorization. I think the reason he got kidnapped is he was the guy with the codes for that silo.
No, it's the box he had... He had the box that did and developed the box that would break in, bypass the nuclear silo thing. It wasn't just authorization.
It seemed like for some reason they're like, you have the authorization and we're giving your daughter the deauthorization, and it's like
she had the other terminal.
Maybe you want to split that up, like between potential, kidnapping suspects. Just be like, don't put that all in one family of like, here's, everything.
Maybe
you need.
You shouldn't develop that in the first place.
Maybe don't develop that. Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm saying like if there's like a guy and you're going to be like, I'm going to give you the launch codes and we're going to give your wife the stop codes. It's like maybe you want to have a little bit more compartmentalization. That's a hard word to say.
Compartmentalization.
Yeah,
there you go.
Yeah. Just say a little more separation there. So that
I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all very dumb. Yeah. Very dumb.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but
then they...
He's like, no thanks, and then she almost gets kidnapped, and then now he's on board, and he's like, we need to go back, even though I've been fired.
Whoa. No, he goes to save her.
Oh.
And this begins the dumbest, best action sequence in the movie. Because there's no way to describe the hockey players except as NPCs who are just on a routine that they're running.
Yes.
And whatever happens around them absolutely does not matter.
Yes, they become the fall guy, or that Ryan Reynolds movie. They become the hockey team for that city where it's like gun violence is happening all around them, and they're like, we are playing hockey now.
Yeah, right. Nothing matters but hockey,
including like me getting shot. It's like I must.
And they use the fucking gun as a hockey puck.
Immediately,
twice.
Immediately, they Temple of Doom the gun out of his hand, and then it gets
because he grabs the one guy who's about to shoot him. Mm-hmm. He gets tossed into the rink first.
Right.
Reaches up and grabs the guy who's about to shoot him, tosses him in, goes for the gun, and that's when the Temple of Doom's the gun. So he's trying to scramble on the ice to get the gun back.
And it just random hockey guy knocks it around. But then it's like, okay, if he just accidentally knocked the gun once, that's one thing. Like, I didn't see, why would there be a gun on the ice? I didn't see it. But then
another guy takes it and
using
dribbles
it like a puck
and shoots and fucking scores with the gun.
But the thing is, too, Zagarino...
They're not playing hockey. They're playing Glocky.
Son of a bitch. Yeah, but... goddamn Glocky. But not only that, but he starts skitching on the different players.
He does.
Because they're skiing, and he just grabs their jersey and gets a sweater, if you want to be hockey accurate, and just gets pulled along by it.
I do want to be accurate.
And he does this, like, 3 times.
And the guy, like, looks at him and is like, okay, I guess I'm skating.
Yeah. What? Like I said, nothing else matters but hockey to these people right now. I mean, and then there's 2 other guys that get yanked in, and they're all fighting, like fist fighting on the ice, and the skaters are just like going around them. They're like, whatever.
Yeah.
They didn't want to join in because they knew they get 5 minutes in the box.
Yeah. And they were all short. Like it was 5-on-5. You didn't have any other players.
Yeah. It's a real power. It's a real power play.
And they didn't even have goalies, I don't think.
They had goalies.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, that
then
goalie
how did he score on him with the gun? That's a bad goalie.
It was a good
shot.
Let
that gun pat. No. Oh, God damn it.
Yes.
Oh, why did I set you up for that?
Yeah, that's the worst high five ever.
I know. I was trying to give you minimal hand contact, but my hands are sweaty.
Ugh. So anyway, he escapes and saves her. And now they're on board. And now they just go back to Washington, I guess. And of course the general's like, nah, dude, you're suspended. Get the fuck out of here. And he's like, you're going to want to hear what I have to say. I've got Dr. Evans here.
I like that the general keeps saying that he's on suspension. Like, I don't know, like he's been suspended from school or something.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think you can get suspended from army,
yeah.
right? I mean,
it's just the way he says it. He's like, "You're on suspension, boy, son."
Maybe leave of absence would probably be how they say it.
Or you're suspended.
Yeah,
you know. I don't know. It just feels like a
section whatever number it is.
Yeah,
like Section 8, but
it feels like a very awkward way to say.
He's not crazy.
Yeah,
you're the one that's crazy.
But anyway, he goes there, and then as he's there meeting with the general. That's when Joe Lara calls, because he's taken over the Silo 218, the important one, the most important one in the country apparently.
Silo 218 is the one that's off the books or whatever.
Silos 1 through 217 fucking suck.
Silo 218 has like 3 guards.
It has air conditioning as well.
Yeah, but that's it. Like they take that thing over like the least effort I've ever seen in any movie. Like that movie with Roddy Piper where they took over the dam. They had more resistance at a goddamn dam.
Well, the thing is
than
like,
this missile silo did.
The whole idea that you needed the doctor to break into the place seems strange because he already has a dude on the inside. Like he basically just walks up and does a little nod, and there's a guy already in the gate.
The doctor needed to do whatever it was on the computer.
He needed to computer.
All right, so
this doctor's job is computer.
He had to
compute the codes. Yeah. So they're in. He calls. He's like, "All right, listen, for too long, they've taken our taxes and used them for other countries and blah, blah, blah. I'm full of shit. Yeah, I want the president to resign, and I want $1 billion in this Swiss account. You got 12 hours. Let's make this happen."
12 hours isn't very long.
No, it's not very long to put all
I mean,
that
you
together.
have a problem with U.S. foreign policy, and you want to put your money in a Swiss bank account when all of their riches were garnered off of the Nazis.
How rude!
Wonderful, like your sensibilities are just great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I mean, these guys are kind of Nazis.
I know. They would probably want to support the cause.
Yeah, but that's when the shady director guy, threatens him and tells him to fuck off or something, and Joe Lara hangs up and then launches one of the nukes at some kind of test site or something. They don't really say where it lands, I don't think. But everyone's just like, "Oh my god, they actually did it."
Yeah, they set off a nuke somewhere.
Yeah.
Some testing site.
It's not as big a deal as it really should be.
Remember Los Alamos.
Yeah. I mean let's the man has launched a nuke. They show a nuke go off, you get mushroom cloud, all of that. This should be a huge fucking deal, and they're just kind of like, "Well, shit. That's not cool."
Yeah. It shouldn't be like Joe Schmo's crack team. It should be the entire, the entirety of the military.
Yeah. SEAL teams 1 through 12 or whatever we have. I don't know.
Yeah. Because he's launched that one missile and then basically calls him back and is like, "Listen, Washington's the next target."
Yeah. What realistically happens is they drop one smart bomb on that site.
Yeah.
Done.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I
would know where you are.
I would find it hard to believe that we don't have secret implosion devices built into every one of our nuclear silos that we can just from remotely go, that doesn't exist. Yeah.
Oh, 1,000%. That's exactly what exists.
Yeah.
But not in this movie's fiction. Because they've already proven how incompetent they are, really. Because when his team gets wiped out, they are just pathetic at everything.
Oh, God,
they are
worst.
Point blank missing dudes. They're bad. He is shown as the only one who actually can kill anybody.
Well, in the very first raid, they seem competent, sort of.
Well, yeah,
but
they were playing the tutorial mission,
Yeah.
and then they got a real mission, and it's like,
point.
oh fuck,
oh fuck, I accidentally had my look inverted.
Yeah, who set this on veteran? Shit.
But so he assembles another team, right? Of some other random people we've never seen before.
He basically is like, if you're not going to authorize me, I'm just telling you now, I'm going to do this.
Yes, his demands are like, "I know I'm suspended or whatever, but I'm doing this and I'm taking the civilian doctor with me. Get me people." And he's like, "Absolutely not." He's like, "Doing it with or without you." And I guess off screen, the general agrees.
Yeah.
General Auerbach. He's just carrying a cigar the entire movie and never lights it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He didn't have anything to celebrate.
That's true. I mean,
He also didn't have a lighter.
There were several times when victory was guaranteed, but whatever. but
die.
he's just like, all right, because the scummy senator, whatever,
Yeah.
the politician guy comes in and is basically like, you let him go, didn't you? And he's like, I'll show you, because he is already, no, actually, I'm sorry, it's this phone call where he bargains. He's like, get me a direct line to Joe Lara, and it's like, all right, tell you what, I got you $25 million. I know you asked for $1 billion, but I got you $25 million in your Swiss account. Go ahead and check. Just why don't you just go ahead and give up now? And he's like, I don't think so. This isn't really about the money. Go fuck yourself. And and he also gives up that.
Well, the director leads with that. He doesn't even tell him about the $25 million first.
Right.
He goes, "Hey, there's a team on their way to you, just so you know."
We didn't authorize it. They're loose cannons.
Yeah, but he tells him this first, and then goes, "Here's a $25 million. Why don't you just leave and go to Switzerland?" And he's like, "No, I don't think so." Yeah,
But he hangs up, and everyone looks at him like, "Good job, dickhead." He's like, "Who call back?" Or whatever. But this, immediately is like cut to the jet ski raid because they're like already at their place because like
they wanted to do a Megaforce here, and they missed the mark.
It's a little misleading because like there's just a general like like your regular sort of like landing craft type
inflatable
thing. Zodiac or whatever they call them things or whatever. I'm just saying like it's like a
rigid hull inflatable boat.
Sure. I mean they're just like the doctor and some random new guys are riding down on that, and then they get flanked by
jet skis
like and I mean like jet skis like the stand up kind, the kind of it's kind of I mean it's hard to look cool on any sort of.
Well, it's also especially hard to look cool on these fucking Shasta ass jazz cup painted things.
I feel like it's a rule you cannot make a watercraft and not have it be obnoxious colors.
You have to have a neon color on
in the 90s.
Oh, I thought it was still now. I thought it was like maybe it's a safety thing. Like you have to be able to see.
No, they have much like more reasonable colors now.
Oh, okay. All right.
But these things look like a bunch of fucking jazz cups exploded on them.
Yeah.
And the outfits they're wearing do not help because they look like fucking goobers.
Yeah.
They're basically just wearing like ninja costumes, more or less, like tactical ninja, like
They look
like
vaguely
ninja wetsuits.
Yeah, they look vaguely like ninja wetsuits, but they all fit oddly.
But like with the full hood, which just looks weird when you're on a jet ski, like like minus the diving mask.
Yeah. However, they have attached bottle rocket launchers to the sides of them.
They do have PVC tubes on them.
Yep.
Yeah,
and they're like, they. That's when it's like, because first the jet skis show up and we're like, really? Fucking jet skis? And then they start launching shit because they've weaponized the jet skis. And we're like,
they have.
All right, weaponized jet skis I can get behind. However.
Yeah, if they'd had those, then Hitler wouldn't have invaded Poland. It's jet skis. It's a Polish joke.
Yeah. Jet skis? Yeah. Anyway. They do some stunts with the jet skis.
They do a couple where they dive them.
Yeah. It's kind of cool.
Go underwater, come back up. And eventually, but they just kind of stunt around. Like, that's the problem is, we've talked about geography and just pointlessness, but they like the other boat, the inflatable boat, turns around and goes the wrong way.
Yeah.
During one of the scenes when the jet skis are just jet skiing.
Well, they knew it was the boat was like, I'm going to acquiesce to the jets. It's their time. I'm just going to step back.
Yeah, but they could have just slowed down and maybe maneuvered away.
I mean, you got to give jet skis room to jet ski.
Yeah,
I guess
they know when to share the spotlight. Apparently,
yeah.
But they stunt around. They launch at a few things, and eventually, Zagarino comes up next to the boat and is like, "Give me a grenade." They're like, "Okay," and so he puts a grenade in the jet ski, and then kamikaze skis it up to the dock, and blows that up with the jet ski. And then they're like, all right, now we're good. Even though there's a ton of guys up the hill that I guess they all eventually shoot because a few guys have hopped off the boat and Apocalypse Now out of the water. And
oh yeah, that's weird. They do that several times.
Yep. But they've taken the beach.
I want to say there's one stunt that they do that is so bizarrely accurate that it looks like CG. Like there's like 3 or 4 riders going kind of like a flying V formation. I know I just went Mighty Ducks and it doesn't make any sense, but but they're like kind of going in that formation, and then they all I guess they were diving under to avoid a rocket or something, but they all like simultaneously like hit a wake jump and then dive like completely underwater, and it's like it's so crisp and perfectly framed and everything and synchronized that I was like, it looks like CG, but then my brain was like, clearly it's not. Obviously,
not this movie.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just like, damn, like
that's when people used to know how to do stunts.
Well, there were plenty of retiring professional jet ski stunters in that era.
Well, I'm sure there's jet ski stunters who are like, I finally get to do this for a fucking movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
finally.
Miami Vice had been off the air for a few years, so I'm sure there's plenty of them out of work.
Right. It's like helicopter pilots for Vietnam movies. Plenty of those things.
Oh yeah, they were just waiting for their time.
Yeah.
But anyway, they take the beach and somebody's like, "Hey, they knew we were coming." And he's like, "Yeah, still got a fucking mole up there, but nothing we can do about that now. Let's go kill them."
So they do. The movie ends.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know where all of his people go because, like, by the end, it's him, her, and like one other dude, and that's like the only people we see alive.
I think they're taking care of the outside of.
Yeah, they help him repel
things.
out. That's like we see him show back up at the very end when it's like escape, from the place blowing up time. But I mean, it's a lot of like farting around the silo, and I mean, there's this extended sequence where the Dr. Evanses are counter hacking each other.
Battle of the Evanses.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah,
it's dumb and sort of like and almost in like a funny like hackers the movie
so
sort of way.
We get the reveal that the Dr. Evans the senior is like, actually I am a Nazi, or whatever the
it is like it's because he doesn't know that it's her hacking at first,
right?
Because it's basically like one of them typing open shields and the other one typing close shields. And just like doing
it's like they're on the same terminal.
Deactivate missile, and he's like activate missile. So they're just doing this shit, and they're cutting furiously between the two, along with everyone who's getting shot, which doesn't work because it's like too much chaos.
Yeah, and as we've established, this movie knows no geography, so it gets confusing what's happening in between the hacking shots, but stuff is happening.
Yeah,
People
but
are
eventually
around.
they both pull up the shields, and they see each other across because they're in separate rooms across from the missile.
She knows it's him because that's the best part is like every time she's hacking, she's going clackety clackety clack. Oh, Dad!
Yeah,
I mean, like she's disappointed. Like Dad won't let her go to out with Billy on Friday night. It's just like, come on, Dad.
But except it's her dad like about to launch a goddamn nuclear missile at Washington D.C.
Dad doesn't know it's
she's
her,
like,
right?
But she reacts like she's just finding out that it's Dad, and he is like, "Oh, my daughter."
Well, she's like, until he has his little like "I'm a Nazi too" speech. She's like, she believes that he's been coerced into doing this, and it's only like when she sees him frantically hacking back at her, she's like, what?
She gets kidnapped.
Yeah, because Joe Lara suddenly behind her shoots the laptop,
shoots the terminal,
and then brings her over there, and then. That's when the dad does the heel turn.
Yeah.
And she's like, what the fuck? And then so Joe Lara turns his back somehow, and she immediately tries to hack something on the computer. And when he turns around, he's about to shoot her. The dad jumps in the way, gets shot. And
he deserves it.
She has apparently changed the location in doing that, though.
Doesn't matter, though, because the very last thing they do, you're like, oh, never mind about all that. They never even talk about like where she just deemed was safe to shoot at unless it was going to be themselves, but which is essentially what they go with anyway. She's like, oh yeah, instead of wherever I was going to shoot this missile at, how about self-destruct? Mm-hmm. But we also have to get out of here because rocket fuel, it's going to go up. So it becomes a ticking clock of...
Sure.
Yeah.
I guess they forgot to program in a shut down the missile button.
You would think.
Yeah,
they would have
fucking Windows 95.
Yeah.
There was a shutdown on Windows.
Right. But so this basically leads to a fist fight between Zagarino and Lara.
It sucks.
That's not good. Yeah, it's that like. I mean, this is a cheap ass '90s movie. We've been spoiled, because there is one point where he does some John Wick shit.
Mm-hmm. He does one John Wick shit.
There's a couple points.
He does two John Wick shits. But
he gets the guy down and then caps him, and it's like, okay. And there's another one where he like disarms the one guy and then gets the gun in his chest.
Yeah, it's almost like a gun uppercut.
Yeah. So there's like a couple of those things and you're like, okay, that's cool. But then we're just so spoiled now that when you see shit like this, you're like, oh my God. Like this is just two dudes with no fight choreography whatsoever. Just kind of like.
I mean, Joe Lara is doing spin kicks and shit, but I mean, it's weird because he goes to the I know martial arts move after he's done the the dumbest opening salvo you can do in fighting, which
Yeah.
is the Superman leap at the other guy, which he just then immediately ducks, picks him up, and
Yeah.
judos him over.
Yep.
So I mean, it's just like never do the full on leap at somebody. It's not
Yeah.
going to work out.
Nope. But they fight for a while. They have like a timer. They keep going back to the people in the government who are watching the timer as well. And before all this happened, there was the call. The government intercepts the call with the director and Joe Lara, where they confirm for sure that yes, he's a bad guy.
You weren't supposed to do this. We had a deal. That that speech.
He's like,
we were both going to get rich.
Yeah, and they tell Joe Lara whenever the final time they talk to him, they're like, "Yeah, we know director's a piece of shit." And he's like, "Well, it doesn't matter because he's already in Switzerland by now. So you got to deal with yourself getting nuked, friend." And yeah, but anyway, he ends up strangling Joe Lara. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And it's
the
lame.
the fight scene is just not really
Does
worth
he
then
actually take him out with the fire extinguisher hose? Is that what he
Yeah.
finishes him off with?
Yes.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, he
Yeah, we
doesn't
forgot-
even brain
that's how
him with a
boring it
fire
was.
extinguisher.
They had a fight with a fire extinguisher, and the other guy had a grate that's kind of shaped like a shield, but not.
Well, yeah, because he kicked out a floor grate so that it was then bent to like shield shape, so that he kind of made himself a tiny Captain America thing.
But it was very boring.
yeah, it was
Yeah, it
very
was
boring.
so lame.
But then, like I said, he disarms Joe Lara with the fire extinguisher, and instead of like, I'm going to skull crush you with this fire extinguisher, he's like,
He pulls
you
the
know,
hose off.
Yeah, I'm like, shoot him with the CO2, blind him with that, and then skull crush him. But no, let me choke him with the hose. Like,
Yeah.
the ABCs of death.
Nope. There's so much. Yeah, because it just kind of it's like okay, and now he just has to rappel out, and of course they mess up the timer completely because it's like he starts when there's like 10 seconds left, but it's still it takes him a good minute and a half to get out of there. Just all that stuff. That's like it's easier to edit. Like you can edit around this and make it still work.
I'm just remembering like little things, like there are dumb little things that I do not understand why they're part of the movie, or if like someone was just having fun, or if it was just like, lady, we don't understand them, because like everyone's in their tactical gear when they go into the silo, and they've given the female daughter of Dr. Evans like a JanSport purple and green backpack.
Yeah.
I mean everyone's got like their
all their military gear.
Yeah, tactical shit.
all their
And
tactical
she's
shit.
got a hiking pack.
Yeah. And then like, they also, when they throw down the climbing gear, it's like they went to the same carabiner store to buy her backpack, because it's like they've got all these fluorescent
bright
ropes and
purple ropes. Are
stuff. And it's
coming
just like,
down.
I don't think that's military issue.
Yeah.
They just got it from REI.
Yeah.
Yep. But they get out, the doors shut, with a couple seconds left, and they're running away, and it blows up underneath them. And it's like, you just detonated a nuke.
Well, the missile.
Or
As we
you at
discussed
least-
while the movie was happening,
Yeah.
like,
Fire and explosions generally aren't going to set off a nuclear device. It's the fusion.
Yeah, it's a very specific thing. But, I mean, it's still not good because
Yeah.
you could throw fissile material all over southwest Montana or wherever the fuck they are.
Yeah.
Then you're uranium in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
You're raining down nuclear material all over Montana.
But they
both
get
know.
away, and then cut to, and they survive. I guess they don't even show them leaving, but we
No,
just show
they
them
just
getting
cut-
away from the explosion.
Don't they cut directly to Switzerland?
I believe they do.
Yeah.
And that's where you see shitty director guy, and he gets in a car, and suddenly the doors lock, and he sees a bomb in the back, and he's like, "Those sons of bitches."
It's like they tacked on the deleted ending from Ronin to this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like, it's so like,
Yeah,
like a
'cause, like-
James Bond, like,
Yeah, out of
execution,
nowhere.
yeah.
Out of nowhere, because you see the bomb and you see the doors lock, and then the car shifts into gear, and like suddenly the gas pedal takes off. Really, just to drive him into a different car as the whole thing blows up.
Right, which is a bad move if you're trying to, minimize collateral damage and stuff. Like, maybe have it be stationary in a empty parking lot or something.
Yeah,
Sure.
or just blow it up there.
Yeah,
Like,
or just like, gas
blow it
the
up where it
inside,
was. Yeah.
lock the doors and then,
Give them the tang gas.
yeah, give them the tang.
yeah, they had the tang gas. Wait, come on,
Great
guys.
stuff.
Great stuff, that tang
But
gas.
then we see that it's our hero Zagarino as
Yeah.
just blown this guy the fuck
He's
up.
just murdered someone.
Yeah, and then
No
the
due
general's
process.
like, "Good job, man."
You're still, well, actually, he's like, you're still suspended.
You're
or whatever.
still on suspension.
Yeah. But anyway,
But now Dr. Evans works for me, and he's like, and Zagarino's like, she's gonna need a long debrief. And he's like, "You leave her alone."
There's a lot
No.
of weird.
No, he
dumb-
does not say leave her alone.
Well,
There's
He
a lot of
encourages
weird
it.
sexual innuendo for people that probably don't need it. I mean, nobody
Yeah.
needs it hurled their way. I'm not saying it is
Yeah.
ever justified, but like, there's a lady that looks like she'd be a mom on Sons of Anarchy in the beginning of the movie, and someone's just like, "Oh, she's hot if you're into like that S&M thing," and it's just like, first off,
Sir, this is a government
yeah,
operation.
first off, it's a government operation, and second off, she's like 55 and weathered and a soldier. It's just like,
Hey, man.
what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Any port in a storm, man.
Yes. Yeah, it's weird.
That was a spotter comment, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I think it was it might have been the wheelchair guy when I was still like, this guy might be a piece of shit too.
Yeah.
it was,
Either way,
a lot of weird stuff.
shitty people.
Yeah.
But
Credits.
she works for the government now, and yeah, I guess Zagarino's still suspended, but he got the job done.
Right.
The end.
Credits. And we get a real good, by good I mean bad, completely like the cheapest synthesizer you
Oh,
can
yeah.
buy.
Yeah, we get a fucking MIDI medley of everything
It
we
is
heard
MIDI
earlier.
quality, yeah.
Yeah, and then they bring out the SK51 or whatever that sampler was and do the oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody
we
went oh,
yeah.
and then they just oh.
Yeah. It's bad. It's a bad soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
If I actually just named the actual Casio keyboard that was the sampler, it was something
You
like
could
that.
have.
Yeah.
You could have.
It was somewhere around there. I think 'cause it was like sampler keyboard and whatever number it was, SK something.
Someone will let us know.
Either way, yes. There will be an expert who will let us know.
Please write in to bmf@bmfcast.com.
I had whichever one it was. I just don't
Okay.
remember the number. Maybe it was 21.
But as far as the movie goes, I think I'm going 2 jocks.
That's more than I'm going to
I'm
give
being
it.
very generous, I know. But there's some goofiness in the action scenes that I can get behind, but not a ton. And we kind of undersold Joe Lara's Nick Caging that he does. I enjoyed
Yeah.
it greatly.
There's one he does. He's on the phone, and I mean, he's got the '90s, StarTech phone or whatever in his hand. But he's talking about what he's going to do after he gets the money. He's like, and I'm just going to be walking away. And he's like standing up on these metal grates up above the missile, and he's just like clang, 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 like miming out walking away. And it's just like,
Oh, yeah. He
it's like,
stomps a bunch of
what
times.
are you doing? Like, no one's there.
Yeah, yeah. It's a little. I enjoyed it more than I probably should have, and also just like jet skis with missile launchers. I mean, come on, I'm only human.
Fair. I'm very close to giving this 1 bags. Very close.
You're allowed.
I'm going to talk through it a little bit. I think everything good in this movie, everything good about this movie, you could probably see somewhere else. I don't think you need to see this. I think you can maybe find some clips of it on YouTube and just watch that, or just fast forward until something interesting happens. You can watch the whole thing in 5 minutes. I don't think it's worth a full watch, so that's why I'm going to give it a single bag.
Well, here I am, like Switzerland, profiting off of Nazi war crimes.
Oh, are you going to profit off of?
No, I'm just going to stand somewhere in the middle. I'm going to give it a jocks.
That's fair.
I'm just saying, I'm going to be right in the
Single
middle.
jocks.
Technically not the middle, but
Well,
it's impossible to give it a middle
It's-
rating in our system.
no. If there's no 0, I'm in the middle.
No.
Can't
There is
divide-
a 0, it's just theoretical and you can't use
Oh. God damn it.
it. I
Why are
bargained
you
with myself.
trying to divide us by 0? Impossible. Sorry, were you done? I didn't mean to step in. I just was.
Probably not, but go
Oh.
ahead.
I didn't mean to walk all over it.
It's
It
all
just
right.
seemed like a time to be like, I'll stay somewhere in the middle.
Sure, yeah.
Because I think this movie's biggest crime is that the best part of it is in the beginning of the fucking movie, and that it doesn't bother to keep that sensibility for
When
the rest
he
of it.
explodes out of a fucking building.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that is almost criminal to start a movie like that and then not deliver that style of movie for the rest of the movie.
Agreed.
And I mean, I'm almost deducting a jocks. In times past, that would have been oh, that was so awesome. That deserves an extra jocks. But I feel like I might give this 2 jocks as a general overall kind of goofy enjoyment thing. But I'm taking 1 away for putting that in and then not having anything else even close to it. It doesn't even have to be on the same level. Like, you don't have to blow holes or drop dummies off the sides of moderately sized buildings. But I mean, like something. I mean, you can do some more flair in your action
absolutely.
scenes. Yeah,
And they filmed the desk getting crushed and falling apart so lovingly.
Yeah.
And then nothing else like that
Yeah.
nothing else got that kind of treatment for the rest of the movie.
yeah. Like I said, it's just like almost like that. Almost felt like they had a director. He came in and shot that. They blew up or something. Not a stunt. I mean, like had an argument and the guy walked, and then someone else came in and finished the rest of the movie. I mean, that's how off the wall and different that scene.
Or they had
or it was from another movie.
they had some sort of expert.
There's nothing. Actually, now that I think about it, there's
but
nothing in that scene that ties it to anything else in the movie. That could have been a thing they filmed for something else that got canceled, and they were like, pluck it out of the.
Use it.
Yeah, I mean, because
The
like
explosion?
that. Oh, I'm just mean that guy, that desk, that scene. Other than Joe Lara reacting to it, which they would have had if they found the
the
footage.
speech directly referenced
Does
the
it?
UPN or
Does he-
whatever.
But I mean, like, was it perfect? I mean, I'm saying, like, was it like something somebody could lip sync? Anyway, that's how different that scene feels. It
Right.
just feels like somebody, and I mean this in a good way. It feels like somebody directing the '80s Bond movies and the dumb shit they used to do in those, which does
Sure,
not
yeah.
work for Bond. Works for like
some
this.
of
Yeah.
some of it does. Some of it really does.
Yeah. I'm just saying, when Bond gets goofy, I get sad. When this gets goofy,
Yeah.
hooray!
Well, goofy like this, it's totally cool. But yeah,
Anyway, so yeah, it's a you could watch it. Joe Lara's fine, and Zagarino's, I don't know.
Zagarino's boring as shit.
Yeah.
I hate this character.
He's like a much less interesting. Oh my god! I just remembered.
Anybody.
Well, no, I was gonna say like Flash Gordon. What's his name? Fucking Sam.
Peckinpah. I don't remember his
This
name.
guy from
Jones.
Sam Jones. It's such an easy name. But yeah, I'm just saying like he's like a boring like lack of personality version of him. I'm just saying like I feel like, and I'm just saying this is kind of a tangent off of this movie, but I feel like from my generation, it's very difficult to view blonde people as heroes in movies, blonde men especially, because of Johnny from the Karate Kid. In my brain, the blonde guys are the bad guys, and I mean, historically speaking, that's true too.
Isn't Barry Bostwick blonde in Megaforce?
He's
is.
a little he's kind of brownish blonde. He's got like little highlights, I think.
But he also has that fucking sweet
Mullet.
headband.
Yeah, well,
God, it's a
the
great
headband
mullet.
It's
does,
also feathered. Yeah.
headband does a lot for it. But yeah, I just mean like in going back and like I have a hard time going back and watching Robert Redford movies because like young Robert Redford when he was blonde. I'm just saying because like in my brain it's like I see that haircut, I'm like you can't be the good guy. Like clearly, not.
Sure. If you have anything but a perfect haircut, I think you can't be a good guy and be blonde. I think that's.
I'm nothing against blondes. I'm just saying, like, I have a hard time buying him. Yes, he's darkish brown.
Yeah.
It's like
He's also got the beard. He's also got a good guy beard. Barry Bostwick in Megaforce.
Yeah. I think just not having that general like navy bowl cut look.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
doesn't work for me in a hero. The Johnny haircut, basically.
Right. So, if you have a theory about haircuts in movies, or if you have that other thing that we asked for earlier, you should email us at bmf@bmfcast.com or give us a call on the Garfield phone, 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. Thank God I didn't try to give my own personal phone number away this time. Or if you want to just check out what we're doing, go to the website, which is bmfcast.com. Check up on us in the Discord, where some of us hang out from time to time and talk to you. You can talk to us. Don't add us, bro. But maybe you could. I don't know.
Yeah, you could. Why
Figure it
not?
out.
Sparingly.
If you want to at us with your wallet, go to patreon.com/bmfcast and give us like $1 a month, and we'll give you a whole bunch of bespoke content in return, crafted just for you and the other patrons that are so lovely and so wonderful, both present, past, and future.
And dangling participles.
Yeah. Don't talk about my participles like that.
Oh, okay. Well, is that it? Shall we get out of here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we should.
All right. Well, I'm Harlow.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ, and this is BMFcast out. We'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.
Why is my clapper broken?
I don't know. You're
Boom.
Don't kiss me. 2000. It's futuristic flavored.
Is it?
Tastes like the future.
What does the future taste like?
I've seen the future and it will be. What? It tastes like Coke with some fruit in it. I don't know. I can't tell.
It's not that great.
It's all right. It's not my favorite one of them, but it's not the worst one either.
It's a flavor, I guess, technically.
Yeah.
Technically.
It's just not that. It's not as good as most of the other ones have been.
Yeah, there was one other one I really didn't care for. I think it was that one is named after somebody I didn't know who the fuck they were.
Was it the marshmallow one?
Probably. That one was bad. Yeah. The one that didn't taste like marshmallows but was named after somebody named Marshmallow, which is just confusing.
Oh, yeah.
He is an electronic disc jockey.
Great.
He makes electronic dance music.
What's a Bad Bunny?
With a computer? A Bad Bunny is a
Hip hop?
yeah,
Hip hop? Okay.
Latino hip hop.
Ah, okay.
People seem to think he's pretty good.
I don't know. I'm just,
Yeah.
I no judgment. I just didn't know. It's a thing I heard, and I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what a Bad Bunny is.
He's been
I'm
doing
old.
WWE things as well, and apparently he's pretty good at that
That's
too.
where I saw his name, because there is a, last year's version of the game, there is a Bad Bunny edition. That's why I remember it. That's where it entered my consciousness, because I halfway considered
Bob.
buying a shitty video game, and then I decided against it. I
Probably a good
figured I
idea.
owned enough shitty video games.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, and this is probably my problem with most non-English music, is it all sounds the fucking same to me.
That's racist as shit. Jesus.
It is.
What?
But, like, Bad Bunny, all his songs sound the same, because
You mean like
a lot of them are
amongst
not in
the
English.
same person or across the world?
No, across the same person. Like an artist. Like,
Oh.
like
I knew what he
Like,
meant.
you
I'm-
could play me a bunch of, well, Selena, a bad example, because she sang in English, but it's just like,
And dead.
it's,
Well, when you don't understand the words, it's like,
yeah,
what's going
it's
on
all
here?
like, it all very much, if you can't glean any meaning, all you have to focus on are the production. And usually the production is like, yeah, this is the same. It's just 80 beats per minute instead of 90 this time. You know,
like
so I
Psy-
ain't being racist.
right? Yeah, you're just shitty.
I am.
I'm
I'm known for it.
Yeah, it is known. Like Psy, like I really like. I thought Gangnam Style was actually a really fun, enjoyable song, like, it's just entertaining.
Yeah.
And then I listened to some other stuff, and I'm like, well, the novelty wore off immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, every once in a while, some J-pop, K-pop, various things. I know, I understand the difference, but I'm just saying, every once in a while, YouTube's like, maybe this is a random thing you will like.
Maybe it's time for you to get into BTS.
Yeah, I'm not usually like that. It's always like shit I've never heard of. Like, I mean, at least I have heard of a BTS. I mean, like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know what it is. I mean, other than a gigantic boy band, right? Isn't it like 18 members? Or
Oh
something?
no, it's only like 5,
Oh.
but it is gigantic as in popularity.
I thought it had a whole bunch of members for some reason.
It's only like 5, maybe
Okay.
6. I don't know.
I thought it was
They're like Menudo.
yeah, I was
They
gonna
just
say
rotate them out.
I thought it was like Menudo. Like, there's just a constant go.
Not with BTS, with some of
Alright.
the other ones, yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I heard that like Baby Metal switched out to do people did girls, did they? 'Cause
I have
one
no,
of the
I
one
know
of those
nothing
like
about Baby Metal
one of
except
the-
for
they give
the
me
song
chocolate,
that
yeah.
I've heard is cool.
yeah. I'm just saying, like I think they were one of those bands that was a rotating cast as they aged out or whatever. But I, you know, at a certain age, like it's hard to be Baby Metal anymore. But
You got a point.
anyway, but yeah, I something came up the other day. It was like just the chorus was in English. I think it was Japanese because it was like "Good night Tokyo" or "Goodbye Tokyo" or some kind of "I'm going away Tokyo."
Mhm.
But yeah, it was.
Auf Wiedersehen, Tokyo.
I doubt that. I mean, you know, wasn't quite the full Axis powers, but yeah. But yeah, it was not good. It was like it was like I 5 ladies, and it was hip hopish, but like with like a dance rhythm, but
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a fast
That sounds about right.
dance rhythm, and it was mostly just seemed like it was mostly so you could learn the
very specific dance.
TikTok dances
Yeah.
or whatever. I had to think of which social thing people dance on.
So we're all familiar with Dragostea Dente, which is the Numa Numa song, right? By Ozone,
Absolutely,
our favorite Croatian electronic pop band. Yeah.
Sure.
Is that
That's their
Numa
only-
Nui?
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
Yeah.
didn't know that. All right.
That's their only good song is Dragostai. I've done the research. It is a good song. It's a fucking banger. That's an all-time goddamn banger, and I will not hear otherwise. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a couple club mixes that are really, really, really good, but the original fucks, man.
Yeah. It's like I don't remember who did it, but there was a techno version of the Boney M's Rasputin that I like.
Oh yeah, that fucking well, that song by itself.
I mean, Boney
is
M's
fucking
version is great
yeah.
too, but yeah, I mean, it's like
Have you seen the video for that?
the original one.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
wild.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's nuts. Yeah.
It popped up. It started popping up on like Instagram reels a bunch, and I was like, oh, finally, you folks have discovered this. Finally, the 17
Rasputin will not die.
That's right. I was like, yeah, finally, these folks have discovered the joy that is
Even
Boney
with this
M's
audio
Rasputin.
poison.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of is. It's infectious.
Oh, it gets in your head. Yeah, you'll be
it's-
thinking about it for a week. And you can make up your own, like, your own lyrics to it, like "Rah rah Rasputin, Brooklyn's got a winning team," And kind of "We didn't start the fire" it if you want.
No, I don't want.
I mean, ever since the Nets moved there, they haven't won shit. But I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know where else they're going to get a winning team. They don't have the Dodgers anymore.
All these frogs are very green.
It's not easy being green.
It's not easy being green. Yeah, that'd work too.
Rah, rah, Rasputin. It's not easy being green.
Yeah, have fun with that. Email us with your own lines to go into Boney M's Rasputin. BMF.
I know that it's Rasputin, but every time I talk about the song, I want to say Rasputin.
Yeah.
Rasputin.
Well, then my brain will segue momentarily into
That's Rasputin.
yeah,
Putin.
Lady Gaga's "Bad Romance." Lady Gaga's.
Rah, rah, Rasputin.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I can see that. I mean, my brain immediately went there, so I'm clearly on board with that. It's not one that affects me personally, but I get it.
Yep.
They're like
It's
I said,
just where it
it's
goes. And
just like I start with ball with the ball, but dang dang diggy diggy, hop jump the boogie. I always go immediately to Sugar Hill Gang.
yep.
It's so fucking stupid. I can't. And the dumbest thing is like my brain does this constantly. Like I had to
We
literally I had to literally get myself change teams in my basketball simulator because I was at the time I was on the Suns with Chris Paul. I know he's been moved since, but like the announcer constantly goes, and it's Paul with the ball.
Oh God.
Every time I went, it's Paul with the ball, dang dang.
Yeah. And then you have to do the whole fucking thing.
Yes. In my head, every fucking. I was
6
like,
minutes later, you're.
as soon as I could, I was like, get request trade. I can't be on a team with Chris Paul.
Oh, poor Chris Paul.
Nothing against him, but the announcers that say Paul with the
You're gonna
ball.
get a DM.
Bang, ding, ding.
You're gonna get a DM from Chris Paul on Instagram.
CP me 3
All right.
times. Oh, actually, while I'm very briefly into sports ball, because it seems like we do this sometimes when we're on our extra time, I realized that James Harden is the Kanye West of basketball. That
Okay.
you cannot necessarily overlook his previous achievements, but they're not great enough to outweigh the dickishness that is happening now.
Yep. He just sucks.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
He's an
he did not
asshole.
used to suck. Like, there was a time when James Harden was kind of fucking amazing as a player. Kind of amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, did not ever play defense, but, like, I mean, actually, that's not true. He did. I think he won a Defensive Player of the Year one year. No? No, I'm thinking of Kawhi. Kawhi did it.
Yeah,
on the
you're
outside.
thinking
Yeah.
of Kawhi,
Anyway,
Harden
but,
does not play a lick
no,
of
I thought
defense.
he did a little bit, but he also doesn't pass anymore. He used to win assist titles. But
Yeah.
anyway, I'm just saying, like, Kanye, you can't deny he had some pretty good bangers, but, like, at a certain point, you have to be like, Cosby was funny too.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, we're done with you.
Yeah. I'm just saying
Yeah.
I want to be a part of your system.
Yeah, when he spent the basically 2 seasons just shooting 3-pointers and hunting fouls, that I was done with him.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, he's been shitty as a player for a while now. I'm just saying, like, recent times, it's like, all right, just shut the fuck up and retire or something.
Yeah.
Play better.
Aren't you like 35? I mean,
Jesus Christ, that's so fucking old.
That is ancient.
God damn.
well, they're talking. I mean, look at
I'm
LeBron's like 40 years old, and they're talking about like Jesus Christ, how is he still playing? It's like because he fucking works out 20 hours a day and plays
Creatine
basketball the
and
other
sits in
4.
hyperbaric chambers and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
How old was Jordan when he retired the first time?
28,
39,
31, 2.
No, he was a little older than
Was
that.
he?
He's 25.
He was like 30. Well, oh, you mean like after the baseball thing?
The first
Like,
time Jordan
yeah, like
retired.
the first
Yeah.
three-peat.
Because I want to say he's born in like 64. So yeah, he would have been 29.
That's
Yeah.
wild. But also, I mean, they didn't have the sports medicine they have now.
Yeah.
They
And
had-
then the second time
they
he
had
retired.
tape ice packs to
yeah.
his
They
knees.
didn't have load management. They didn't have all of the things that they
Yeah.
have now. I mean,
It was put Jordan in the game for
Yeah.
49 minutes.
Yeah, they didn't say like, maybe don't play 48 minutes every single night, MJ. Like, I mean, I know he didn't typically. But
Mhm. Yeah. But yeah, second time he would have been 34, and then the final time he was like 40.
Yeah.
Or 38, actually. No, he wasn't even 40.
Jesus
When I
It
was
was like
playing,
2002, I think.
I think you saw me play the 2010s team, but LeBron's, of course, also on the 2000s team because he's fucking old. But I had this steal/dunk with MJ over LeBron that was so goddamn glorious. I almost paused the game and stood up and clapped, and I was like, I was like, debate over. I mean, because it was like a cock back, like in your face.
The old tomahawk dunk.
Yeah.
It was amazing, and I was like,
I think peak MJ would beat anyone still.
yep.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, the whole debate just boils down to whether you prefer talent or the ability to win.
Yeah.
Because LeBron is probably more talented.
I would
But-
say that.
but
most players.
Nobody hates losing more than Michael Jordan.
Yeah, like Michael Jordan, like would will a team with us on it to win.
Yeah. What was
You know?
that? What's Oh, Shoresy. If you've ever seen Shoresy,
What's
which is
Shoresy?
it's a spinoff of Letterkenny.
Oh, okay.
But the premise of the first season of Shoresy is basically like the guys on this team, they love to win, but they don't fucking hate to lose. I fucking hate to lose.
Yeah.
And that's Michael Jordan. Is he fucking hates to lose at anything.
Fuck them kids.
And
Baseball
he's-
must have been terrible for him.
Oh yeah, and he was willing to be a complete asshole.
Yeah.
It didn't matter who it was.
I still watch that clip from time to time and laugh. my
Fuck them
ass off.
kids?
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever says that. It's never. That was a later meme. That has nothing to do. Just the original clip of like watching him, like if I miss one shot, it's like everybody gets shoes. It's like, swish, swish. It's just funnier every fucking shot. All the kids just oh. Oh, it's so
Yep.
great.
All right.
That's shooting.
That's why, like-
that's shooting Freud. When you're like, I enjoy those kids.
Get out
All right. Bye, everybody.
of your own home.
Good night, everyone.
Goodbye, the internet.
You can stop now. I click stop. You can stop.
Cobb. Yeah. All right.